Trading isn't hard, you've just been lied to about what actually matters. While everyone's obsessing over indicators and chart patterns, the real game is happening in your head and in your plan. I've made over 2 million trading stocks, and here I'm gonna show you the one thing that separates profitable traders from everyone else. And it's not what you think. By the end of this video, you'll understand why 90% of traders fail, and it has nothing to do with the market. So if you've been struggling to make consistent money trading, this might be the most important 10 minutes you'll spend today. Failure comes from not having a written, repeatable plan. Feeling setups versus having clear entry-exit rules. Trading without a plan equals running a business without tracking inventory. Growing your account is infinite. Losing money has a ceiling. I used to think that I was smart enough to wing it. I used to see a chart go up and I'd want to jump in, wondering, when do I get out or what's my stop loss? This is absolute gambling. It wasn't until I started writing down exactly when do I buy, what's my trigger, what is my exit, and why am I buying, what's the pattern, that everything changed. Your plan should be so clear that someone else could execute your trades. But having a plan is just step one. There are exactly 2 ways to blow your account, and I bet you're doing at least one of them. How emotions take a huge part in this section. Basically, everything we put here comes from the mindset and emotions. Emotions are everything in this game. Like, for instance, I always tell students, even if you can win, should you have won? There's a big difference between winning specifically and winning randomly. Winning randomly teaches a trader the wrong result. The same thing can be said for losses. When you think about it, trading is a game of odds. You're never gonna have a 100% win rate. If you see someone with a 100% win rate, they are a fraud. You will lose from time to time. The important thing to remember is, can you control the loss? Did you get out when you were supposed to get out? Did you follow your trade plan? A trader that does this can build. A trader that loses randomly or wins randomly will never see success. The key to not blowing up an account is to risk something like 1% of your account. You're avoiding the risk to ruin. You can essentially lose 100 times in a row and then your account blows up. Imagine, do you know how hard it is to lose 100 times in a row? I mean, you really gotta be doing the wrong thing. You really have to have no strategy, no pattern, no edge. And hopefully that's not you when you get into the market. Some traders, they lose too often. This is fixed by developing a statistical edge. Most traders focus on being right, their ego, instead of managing their risk. I once risked 5% on what I thought was a sure thing breakout. Lost it all in 20 minutes. That one trade taught me more about risk management than any book ever could. The name of the game is having bigger winners than your losers. That is the most important thing when it comes to results. I've had students who win at 30% win rates, okay? Like, that's a very small win rate, but as long as that 30% that you win are much bigger than your losses, you're gonna be fine. At the same time, you can have also like a 70% win rate, and if your losses are bigger than your wins, then it doesn't matter what your win rate is, you need to control those losses. You need to make sure that you're focusing on strategies that have edge, and you're not just trading randomly. Like, that's the name of the game. So how do you actually develop that edge? It's not about finding the perfect setup, it's about something way more boring. Your edge comes from tracking and not guessing. Data, it beats intuition. Track everything, whether it's your own trades in your journal, you're gonna reveal patterns that you can't see in real time, but when you look back and review, you're gonna see, am I trading this pattern correctly? Should I keep trading this pattern? Am I controlling the losses when I'm trading this pattern? You're gonna be able to see patterns within the pattern. Edge comes from knowing your stats by setup, by time, by market condition. Should I get out at this time? Should I enter at this time? If I'm buying breakouts, what happens? If I'm early, what happens? There are so many things you can track into the setup. I suppose the other thing you can track is the setup itself. Like, when stock does X, Y, and Z, what happens by the end of the day? Knowing the data behind a specific way that a stock is setting up is gonna help guide your decision making. So you put that all together and you accumulate all that data and you can start to formulate what is called edge. For example, I discovered that most of the stocks that gap up 100% by the end of the day close below their opening price. That one insight changed my entire approach to trading gappers, like stocks that are gapping up huge in the pre-market. One of my students realized he was terrible at trading the first hour, but amazing after 10:30 a.m. Just that simple change doubled his win rate. Most traders that I see, if you're trading midday or even end of day, they're giving back their gains. The main part of the day that's making most traders money is the beginning first 2 hours. But here's where most traders mess up. They get obsessed with being right instead of being profitable. And this mindset shift is everything. One single trade in your career, it means nothing. Careers are built on thousands of executions. Focus on inputs. Did you follow your plan? Did you size correctly? Did you meet your checklist? Profits take care of themselves when you run trading like a business. I had a student who made $50,000 on one trade and thought he was a genius. Then he blew it all in 2 weeks because he abandoned his process. He started gambling. Meanwhile, another student who makes $2K consistently every month for 2 years by just following his rules, that trader has a better outcome. One of my worst trading months ever, I was only right 25% of the time. but I followed my process perfectly. Small losses and bigger winners. And what happened? I had a profitable month. Look, if you want to actually make money trading, you need a proven system and the discipline to follow it. Let me show you how our Clover trading students are implementing these exact principles. The fact that you're still watching proves you understand the value of systematic, process-driven trading. Take Don Juan, one of our Clover trading students who just posted his second biggest month ever, over $70,000 in profits. What's incredible is that Don Juan is using the exact discipline approach I just taught you. But everything wasn't like this from the beginning. When Don Juan joined Clover Trading back in 2022, he was just like many traders, smart, driven, and struggling with consistency. He had no written plan, no clear edge, and like most, was taking random trades hoping for results. But everything changed when he committed to the Clover process. He doubled down on just one setup, our repeatable breakout strategy, and began tracking his stats religiously, cutting out the FOMO, and only trading when his checklist was met. And Don Juan's not alone. We've got dozens of traders inside our community seeing results just like this. From first-time consistency to six-figure gains. If you're ready to stop gambling and start trading with a proven system and community that holds you accountable, click the link in the description and join Clover Trading today.